Okay, we're going to do video notes on ungrouping, slash borrowing. Okay, so say for example that we'll say Caitlin had $500 in her bank and she wanted some awesome solar eclipse glasses. These were super fancy and it recorded what she saw. It was like a GoPro in these eclipse glasses. And the eclipse glasses were $161 after tax and everything. How much money would she have left? Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to subtract. Okay, and I'm going to set it up. It's super important that when you are adding or subtracting that you line up your place values. So I have my ones lined up, I have my tens lines up, and I have my hundreds lines up. So now what I have is I'm going to look at the 0. Can I do 0 minus 1? I can't do 0 minus 1. So this, I will be honest with you, I still get tricked up sometimes with my borrowing and my ungrouping. So it's really important that you check your work and you think about this logically. So I want to go ahead and I'm just going to draw 5. This represents 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And I need to take 161 away. Okay? So, some of you I'm sure are saying, okay, well, why don't we go ahead and cancel out one of those for one of those? We can't do that. We have to start with the smallest thing first. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a little squiggly line. I'm going to break one of the hundreds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to break one of those. I'm breaking 100 up into a 10. So now I have 4 $100 bills and 10 $10 bills. Now if we do that math, 10 $10 bills plus 4 hundreds still equals 500. So we're not changing this value at all. We're just changing how we represent it. Still, I need to take one of those ones away. So I can't take away a 10 for 1. So I'm going to have to break one of these 10s into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So what I did is I broke that down. So now I have 4 hundreds, 9 tens, and 10 ones. When you do that math, when you add that up, you still have 500. So even though it looks like we're taking away, we're not taking away yet. We're just simply ungrouping. Okay? So if I change this to a 10, excuse the AC in the background, I change that to a 10, right? So you always just start with a 10. And when we say what we're doing is we're borrowing, okay, well, where did that 10 come from? I need to come from here. Well, I can't, that's a 0. I don't have anything there either. So what I have to do is this becomes a 4 from the hundreds, right? So then here, what we had is we had 10, okay? So we had 4 hundreds, and then we changed one of those hundreds into a 10, okay? But remember that while we do have the 10 there, where did that 10 come from? We had to borrow it from there. So what happens is this becomes a, let's see, this, sorry, that stays at 10. I know I marked through, I'm sorry. This becomes a 9, right? Because we had to change one of those 10s into ones. So that's why I have 10, okay? So if you do the math, 4 hundreds plus 9 tens, that equals 490, plus 10 ones equals 500. So we still have the same value. So 10 minus 1 equals 9. So if I take that for that, we can see we're done with that. and I do have 9 left. Now can I take 6 away from my 9? Well, I can. 1 from there, 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 there, and there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot to mark that one out. So 6 from 9 equals 3. Okay. Then can I take 1 from 4? Well, I have 3 left. Now, I will be honest with you. If I was, you know, if the cashier broke or the cash register broke in the mall when I'm getting these fancy classes with Caitlin, then what would have to happen is, and say my cell phone was broken, I would have to know how to do this. Now, because I had to do a lot of borrowing and ungrouping, I would want to check my work. So I'm going to do 339 plus 161, because remember the opposite operation you can always use to check. So 9 plus 1 equals 10, carry my 1. While it is a 1, while it looks like a 1, really it's in the tens column. So I say 1 plus 3 equals 4, plus 6 equals 10. So I carry my 1. 1 plus 3 equals 4, plus 1 equals 5. So I know I have it correct because 500's there and 500's there. Okay? So when I think of the word borrowing, I think of taking it, but then you have to give it back. Okay? So here, while we use these interchangeably, we're not really borrowing, we're really just regrouping and ungrouping. We are just putting it in a different form so we can actually borrow it. Okay? Let's do one more. Say we had 600 minus 262. Okay? We'll check with the picture in a second. So I know this becomes a 10. This is going to have to become a 9. I know it was a 10 up here. We did up there. But this becomes a 9. It's just the pattern you learn. So then I mark that out, and this becomes a 5, right? So now I have 5 hundreds, 9 tens, so 590 plus 10 ones, that still equals 600. So 10 minus 2 equals 8, 9 minus 6 equals 3, and 5 minus 2 equals 3. Wow. Let's check our work. That's really close to the other one. Let's check our work. 338 plus 262, 10, carry your 1, 3 plus 6 equals 9 plus 1 equals 10, carry your 1, 1 plus 3 equals 4 plus 2 equals 6. So I got 600. So I got it, and I checked. You could also draw a picture. But what happens if you are doing a really big number and you don't want to draw out a million of these? Okay, I'm going to give you a bonus. $4,129 minus 2,872. Come with your answer tomorrow. Thanks so much.